Hi everyone, it's Carolyn from True Crime Chat with Mommy Ramblings. Hope everyone's doing well today. I have some Lori Vallow Daybell updates. We're going to talk about her brother Adam Cox, a DJ. You might remember a case of a woman who was a contestant on a radio show that drank too much water in a contest and died. I remember that case making headlines back in 2007. Didn't realize that it was Lori's brother, Adam, that was investigated in that whole debacle that resulted in this mother's death. And then we're going to talk about Colby Ryan speaking out about abuse that he suffered under his stepfather, Joseph Ryan. And then also we're going to speak about Lori asking Chad to evaluate her family for light and dark spirits. Okay, so we've got some discussion to do here. And as always, it's a wild ride, anything concerning Lori Vallow Daybell. You can find all of our updates and videos on Lori Vallow Daybell in the playlist on this channel. That's the Lori Vallow Daybell playlist. And if you're brand new to the channel, I'd like to welcome you and encourage you to please hit the subscribe button in the lower corner of the video and then the little notifications bell so you'll be notified when we upload a new video or we go live, which we do almost every evening. You've stumbled into the best community on YouTube, and we're a whole lot more than true crime. So we're the perfect channel to stay home with during this crisis we're facing right now and beyond. But let's take a look at what's going on here now, right? So Adam Cox, who goes by the names Lucas and Bo Nasty, was a host at a show called Morning Rave, and that was on KDND-FM in 2007. They had a contest called Hold Your Wii, and the contest was for a Wii. So it was Hold Your Wii, W-E-E, to win a Wii gaming console. You can find this story and more in a book that Adam Cox wrote. It's available on Amazon. I'll put the link in the video description. It's called My Crazy Radio Life. And what happened was on January 12th, 2007, there was this contest that involved people drinking large amounts of water and attempting to hold it in without vomiting or urinating. The person that could hold out the longest would win the Nintendo Wii. But drinking large amounts of water in a short period of time can lead to a dangerous imbalance in electrolytes and water intoxication, which can be fatal and was. One of the contestants in that contest was a 28-year-old mother of three from California. Her name was Jennifer Leah Strange. Unfortunately, she died of acute water intoxication, and her body was found hours after that contest. Adam Cox and 9 other radio station employees were fired due to what happened. Adam wrote in his book that the contest had been approved by the radio station's management and that he and his colleagues were just following orders. During the contest, listeners called in and told the hosts that this activity could be dangerous. One of the callers even said she was a nurse. But Adam says, our show was a fun, playful show, sometimes even with sarcastic humor, and said at this point during the show we did not have the authority or any direction to stop the contest. Adam Cox and his co-host made several jokes on the air about Jennifer Strange's distended belly, saying that she looked pregnant during the contest. This is all according to a document that was filed when KDND's parent company sought to renew its license with the Federal Communications Commission in 2016. Cox said, "This is what it feels like when you're drowning. There's a lot of water inside you." He said that to Jennifer when she told them and complained that her head hurt. Adam wrote in his book that he learned of Jennifer Strange's death in a phone call from his boss on the day of the contest. "I picked up the phone groggily, said hello. Then I was about to hear words that had a catastrophic impact on my life, which will forever be engraved in my mind and soul. My boss said one of the contestants from the contest died today. I couldn't understand why or how that could have happened. I started crying thinking about her. One of our loyal listeners, a mom, just trying to win a Wii for her kids. Thinking about that hit me like a ton of bricks. Looking back on that January day, I believe it was the saddest day that I can remember, except for the day that I got a call when I was in Little Rock that my older sister, Stacy, had passed away." After speaking with the station's lawyers after the incident, Adam wrote in his book that he and 9 other employees were fired. "All of us were being investigated for possible criminal charges of aiding and participating in a wrongful death episode." The Sacramento District Attorney announced that there would be no criminal charges filed in this case against the station or its employees, including Adam Cox. However, Strange's family did file a wrongful death lawsuit against KDND's parent company, Entercom Sacramento LLC. In 2009, Jennifer Strange's family was awarded $16.5 million by a California jury, which found the station liable for the actions of its employees. Entercom ultimately surrendered KDND's FM's license, and the station went off the air in 2017. In his book, Adam wrote that he struggled to find work after Jennifer Strange's death. "Nobody was going to hire a DJ with a reputation as a killer. I was branded with a cruel and false charge." Adam wrote about his sister Stacy's death as well in that book, My Crazy Radio Life, saying, "Stacy had passed away while living with my parents in San Antonio, Texas. She had gone through a terrible divorce." Melanie, who is Stacy's daughter, mentioned her late mother and a custody battle in an April 25th Facebook post written the day after she turned 31. In the post, Melanie wrote she was unjustly taken away from her mother at age 6 and told all manners of lies about her. "I stand here today grateful knowing that no one and no lie can take me away from the bond of my mother, who was laid to rest since I was 9. In the book, Adam wrote, Stacy suffered from a rare form of diabetes, type 1, that she contracted during pregnancy at age 22. Her style of diabetes was called gastroparesis, which prevented her from absorbing nutrients from her stomach into her bloodstream. When Stacy passed away when I was in Arkansas, and a part of me passed away also," he wrote. This is also from Adam's book, Have You Ever Been Investigated for a Death? I was. I couldn't believe why. It's all in the book. If you've ever listened to a DJ on the radio, this book will change the way you listen. I was fired, lost everything, dealt with depression, and still came out on top. In Adam Cox's book, on the back of the Adam Cox's book, it says about the author. Adam Cox is from Southern California, now lives in Wichita, Kansas, where he hosts a radio morning show. He has been in radio for 30 years. He's married to his wife, Nicole, and they have a 19-year-old son, Zach. He loves playing basketball 4 days a week, plus playing ping pong with his wife. Loser has to do dishes. Hey, what can you do? His family all live in Arizona. Mom and dad, brother and 2 sisters. He has 2 dogs, Reese and Molly, and they treat them like children. They sleep in the bed with them. Sometimes there is no room for Lucas. Life is good. Now, a few of you had asked about Tylee's phone last night, so I just decided to put that. I said I'd put it in this new update. Just to go over that, Tylee's phone was found at her mother's house in Hawaii. And it was found to have been used after the date that Tylee was last seen. It sent a few text messages and Venmo payments. It's unclear who was using it. Were they sent to make it look like she was around after the date she was seen? Did Lori send them? You know, we don't know that. It would appear that, but we don't know that. On October 25th, more than a month after the 17-year-old disappeared, a text was allegedly sent from her phone to a worried friend. Hi, miss you guys too, love ya. The recipient said it didn't sound like Tylee. Also in October, those 2 small Venmo payments were reportedly sent from Tylee Ryan's account to Colby Ryan. So that's just the little tidbit there. No more info on that as to who sent it, why, but we can only surmise that it had to be Lori, you know. Now here's our other update, okay, in this case, that Lori Vallow asked then Doomsday author, she wasn't her husband, and she shouldn't have been involved in a relationship with him since they were both married at the time, because it was October 30th of 2008 that Daybell emailed a response to Lori's request where she had asked him to look at her family and determine whether they had light or dark spirits. So on October 30th, 2018, Chad emails Lori and he attaches a rubric of light and dark spirits. And he graded her relatives on this. And I'm going to show you, I'll show that on the screen in just a second. He designated Tylee Ryan as a 4.1, which is a dark spirit, while at that time Joshua JJ was determined to have a light spirit at level 4.2. Chad's email was sent less than 11 months before Tylee and JJ disappeared. Neither of the children have been seen since September of 2019, and this bombshell email was uncovered by Fox 10 reporter Justin Lum. Let's take a look. So this was the information that was contained in that email, family history information, current numbers on Earth at this time of each estate level. These totals represent the light spirits. The dark has equal numbers. Most LDS members are a level 2. Most bishops and ward leaders are a level 3. Most stake presidents and general authorities are a level 4. Most apostles are a level 5. A few are a level 6. The dark side can only match the light numbers, not exceed them. That is why there are a few 5s on Earth right now. It limits the dark's power. 2s and 3s are fluid and can change sides during Earth life. 4.1 and above have made covenants to their side. They rarely switch sides. Interesting. So he says her first husband is a 2L light. Second husband, William LaJoya, 2D. Son, Colby Ryan, is a 3L. Kelsey Ryan is a 3D. Third husband, Joseph Ryan, is a 4.3D. Is now sealed away. Sealed away. Daughter, Tylee Ryan, is a 4.1D. Fourth husband, Charles Vallow, is a 3L. First wife, Charles's, is a 2D. And then we have his sons, Cole Vallow, 3D, Zach Vallow, 3L, Joshua Vallow, 4.2L. Now, Colby Ryan was featured on a Dateline special where Keith Morrison had the opportunity, Keith Morrison, one of my favorites, to interview Colby. And Colby was speaking with Keith about what it was like to be raised by Joseph Ryan. Joseph Ryan is Tylee's biological father, but not Colby's. Colby went on to say that Joseph Ryan went out of his way to make a point. He would spank me and just did weird things, like little hits on the head. He thought it was funny, Colby said. Morrison asked Colby if Joseph Ryan was sexually abusive towards him, in addition to being physically abusive, and Colby Ryan said he was. That Dateline also had an interview with Melanie Boudreau, Lori's niece and her sister that passed away's daughter. And Melanie said, when I moved up there, I did not see them. From November, from when I got up there, I didn't see them. I'd ask Lori where the kids were. I wasn't close with Tylee in her teenage years. She was very independent, so if Lori said she was with friends, I just believed her. Well, there we have it, guys. That's the updates I have for you right now. You know, with this case, there's always new stuff coming in, so expect updates shortly. I hope that this was informative, brought you up to date. Again, you've got that whole playlist if you've missed anything, and you can always come to a live and ask any questions and discuss stuff with us. We have those almost every evening. Have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you later. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye now.